I'm leaving probation office. I got kind of mad at my probation officer. I was like, this is unbelievable how much you guys are having me do. Like, this is exhausting. Like, it's unbelievable how much I have to do for this legal situation. She was like, well, clearly you did something that got you here. Like, and she like wants me to know that, like, you did something wrong. And I was like, well, clearly. And then I was like, did you get the email I sent you about the the principal of the schools, the guy that's in charge of the schools, the superintendent of schools in Jefferson County, like dying, and he and she's like, well, I don't know anything about that. And I was like, well, that's clearly related to the allegations I'm making about sex trafficking. Like, I've shown you the pictures, but I've done something so egregious. I said something illegal. You don't think that guy threatened me with a gun? Like, you don't think that guy from the super corporation who walks up to my backyard and threatens me with a gun? Of course he didn't. He's such an incredible victim. His wife goes to every single one of your appointments for the court. She's gone to everyone for 5 years to make sure the judge, it's like the judge, everyone knows he's a pedophile. Like, that's the thing about, like, the person I'm meeting with. Like, all I have to do is talk to you. And it is very, very, very impossible to convince me that that person is not selling little kids into prostitution. Why? Because you can't see evidence. Because I show you a picture of me being very short. Like, I showed it to her myself last week. I said, you see the two pictures? See how, like, I'm a foot shorter when I was 16? She doesn't know anything about that. But the one thing she knows about is how guilty I am for illegal speech. The one thing she knows is that I deserve to be tortured. And, like, I deserve to watch people commit suicide. I deserve to get beat up while I'm handcuffed. The one thing she knows is the police didn't do anything wrong. My punishment is fair. And, like, if there's anything I can know is that you think the punishment is fair. And when you think the punishment is fair, and you have to be clear about that. I know the punishment's fair, what they did to you because you said something illegal. When she's been clear about that, I know she sells kids. And I know, like, it's my life. Like, my life is always meeting with someone that, like, I don't know for sure, but I'd be shocked. Like, of course you are like someone that sells kids. Like, how could you not be? I just talked to you again. Like, every week it's like, yeah, I know you're into kids. So this is the picture that I showed my probation officer last week, where I showed her how small I was when I was 16 years old. Like, I showed her, like, and I like even like showed her, like, me compared to her, and, like, how I would be shorter than her, because she knows how tall she is relative to light switches. She didn't say anything about it, but this week, like, what I thought about the conversation, what I actually told her is that, like, the court is, like, constantly trying to get me to go against my morals. Like, for the last 5 years, like, all I do is break my morals for the court. And she said, well, clearly you did something to get here. Like, you did, like, she was, like, basically implying that, like, I deserve what has been done to me, which, like, I think they've tortured me. I think that they've injured me, like, that bad. Like, I've been in serious pain for, like, 5 years because I illegally said something. And, like, when I talk about this victim's wife, the guy who threatened me with a gun, and then I said something illegal to him, and that's why I've been punished for, like, almost 5 years, like, brutally punished by the court system. Like, no one will get punished that brutally for that crime unless the child sex traffickers are that involved with the court system. No one. Like, it's like a psychopath that thinks that's a fair judgment. Like, and so, like, what I'm telling you is that, like, people are dying that much, and I'm trying to, like, I sent her, like, pictures that prove that Reddit was censoring me, from sharing an article about a pedophile that was in charge of schools where I live. Like, it like blocked me from it twice, and she goes, well, I don't know anything about the internet. Like, I don't know how it works. I mean, like, she wasn't alarmed by the fact that, like, that person who has proved that his age is changed by sex traffickers, who has been brutally abused by the police and by the legal system for illegal speech, like, she doesn't notice it, and like that's why, like, when you don't notice it, like I notice it. Like, no one in the world would behave like the people in the mental health system and the probation officers from Colorado. No one would ever behave like that unless they're child sex traffickers. And like, I don't think people know very many child sex traffickers, so they don't think it's normal. Like, they think it's like a very weird thing that someone would want to like have sex with the children, with children. Like, they want to confuse them about their age so they can molest the children. Like, it's a very weird thing. But I think that like it's very important to understand that they're cloning pedophiles. Like, these people are not occurring in nature. They are like, this guy is finding them and cloning them because he wants to, like, because pedophiles, if they get cloned, they don't mind getting molested as a child, like, because they turn out to be a pedophile anyways. But so I tried to speak with my probation officer about this, the school chief from like where we're from being dead after being accused of child sex trafficking, and then my posts being censored related to him. I'm not allowed to share it. And the person who is a major owner in that is being accused of molesting a girl who was 3 years old. So in court, if anybody was present, the accusation is that I've been banned from all the social media companies for my speech, for my illegal speech. And if you don't know, I'm in trouble for illegal speech, for saying something illegal. Like, I didn't have a trial. I got put in like the mental hospital part of a jail where like you will never believe that shit. So the evidence in court about me that was brought against me is that I've been banned from all the social media companies. Like, what I'm doing is so bad, they won't show the evidence. Like, I've asked my probation officer, show me what I did, because she says you have a long pattern of intimidation. Like, I'm sorry if you're intimidated by the fact that I saw that you got accused of molesting a 3-year-old. When you're, 12? Tell me you're 12. When I was 12? Well, the 20-year-old, I mean, I'm really pushing it on the age there. Like, she's barely 20. Like, she's not really that grown up. If there's anything that exists, is the person that's 15 years younger than they are, who finds out you're 18. Oh man, when I was 18, I was not that smart. But when I was actually 12, I would have never dated an 18-year-old for sure. There is no way. I would be afraid of an 18-year-old because of my school in my area. And who else died? The other school chief from the mega church who sent my brother a suicide note. So I'm saying this is evidence connected to me. And the court is saying, you actually haven't been punished enough yet. We know that the victim keeps showing up to say that you need to be punished more. They're literally asking for you to be in jail right now when you've pretty much done the max for a bullshit crime you didn't do. And they're not retarded. They know you didn't do it. They've heard you talk. They are pushing for beyond the max, because there's the probation max and then there's the max. I think it's a very, very reasonable complaint, given the evidence that the victim is obsessively involved with my legal case, that they always make my court date. And like, you don't even know how many court dates I've had. You will never believe my docket. Like, docket is like the list of of court appearances that the court has to keep. You will never believe the length of you will never believe like it's like I got the shittiest part-time job for 5 years. And the part-time job involves like talking to people that like are always going, well, I'm not allowed to talk to you. I'm not allowed to talk to you. I'm not allowed to talk to you. Like, but did you look at my evidence? I did send you a video. Well, I'll talk to my boss and ask him if I can watch it. No, my boss says I can't. But you're like supposed to oversee my mental health. My boss says I'm not allowed to watch it. Clearly, but then your psychologist can talk to you. You can't even, there's a glare in the picture. Yeah, but like you also know that like my face doesn't look the same in the other pictures anyways. It wouldn't be like me anyways. But you also know how tall that person is, very, very short comparatively. And you also know the other evidence that I presented. And so we have this situation where there are these people that are that involved with my legal case, and I'm not allowed to talk about them. And I think that it's legitimate to talk about them, especially because like I got attacked while I was in jail, right? This random guy punches me in the face. I didn't fight him. Like I decided not to fight back because like I just didn't feel like getting in trouble. I know they're setting me up. Like I know they need to set me up. They need to say I'm violent. And like, cause like everyone wants to fight me. They're always setting me up with someone else that will fight me. But it's probably someone that they know won't actually fight me. He'll just try to get me to fight me very hard. But like, cause they know this guy, like he won't take the first swing, but he fights everyone. Because like, that's like these people traffic in children for sex. Like they pimp children out. Like when I talk about like how I needed to be able to talk to my probation officer about this news article, it's about how many people are getting murdered that are associated with me in pedophilia. It's about like the pastor and the other pastor, both dead. It's about this guy, the principal, dead. It's about the other principal, dead. Like it's about all these dead people. Like if there's anything that a guy can have, it's dead people and him getting beat up while he's handcuffed. And so like what I'm trying to tell you is that clearly there's some serious pedophilia going around here. And there's something weird about a person. The point I was trying to make in my last video that I'm sick, I'm done trying to make points, is that like I got attacked and I don't even care about being involved with this guy's legal case at all. And like, I mean, I could show up like once or twice, but like this is a person that said something illegal and you're asking for him to go back to jail after that much time with no trial. And all he does is ignore you. Like, and so like, given the evidence, like this is deleted. Like I'm not allowed to post this. I'm not allowed to post this. I try to show her like, this is what they're censoring. And like, she knows the court case situation, which is that I'm being accused of getting kicked off these companies' websites for doing something illegal. This is bad. Bad. That's what they've deemed bad. Public safety in your community information is what they've deemed bad. And so if you're a person that's deeming it bad, it's because you like little kids. And that's like one of those things that like socially, it's not okay. It's not okay to be that into little kids. Like it's ew.